Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Blxst. Make sure you check me out on the Bootleg podcast.
Bootleg Cap Show special guest is here. We're finally getting, are we considering this your debut project? Like, I know it's not your debut project, but is this like your first, like, official album?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
We're getting the first album, ladies and gentlemen. It's out right now. By the time you're watching this, you'll be able to go listen to the album everywhere. Yeah. Highly anticipated project. Well, shit, man. I mean, I was gonna ask you why is the time now, but I mean, we've been waiting for a while, so
yeah.
I guess why did it take so long?
I was on the road a lot last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was trying to find a balance of still being creative while being on tour. You know, that was a challenge for sure. So as soon as I got back, we pretty much wrapped it up.
Yeah, you were. I mean, it's crazy to think like how much that EP No Love Lost did for your life.
Man, bro, changed my life drastically.
Just a small batch of records that really, and videos and just aesthetics and just the whole package. And it just really kind of just, I feel like it really kind of flipped the whole coast on its head, man.
Yeah, because when I was like early on, I was just putting out a bunch of singles. I was like, let me start my catalog just to start it. And that was No Love Lost. And I didn't know I'd be able to tour off that just alone. That's
and not like just tour, but like sell out fucking shows, man. Like what was the was it New Year's you did at Novo?
Yep.
New Year's at Novo looked crazy.
It was a vibe. Yeah,
that's one of those shows, like, you know, there's like a gift and a curse, like doing radio in LA, because like the homies will have shows. And I'll be like, if they're from here, I'll be like, nah, that I'm not even gonna bother trying to even families, uncles, cousins, homies are on the list for that. I'm just like when's the Orange County show?
Right. I feel you.
When's the Observatory show?
My family will pull up in Orange County more than they'll pull up in LA too, though.
Observatory is like the low key one. It's like, you know, we go to OC and kind of get out the way of the LA shit, you know.
Exactly.
But what's been going on, man? Obviously, you've been working. I know you got a ton of visual shot already.
Yeah. We got a series, kind of like No Love Lost. I did a 4-part video series, so I'm keeping that same trend with this one. Before You Go, I really want them to see it. I don't want to speak too much on it, but as far as the project, it's really just speaking on the transition I feel like I'm facing as an executive. You know, I got the EVGLE label, so I'm signing other artists right now, but I'm still trying to build my name individually as well.
Yeah, I talked to Vic, and he came up here for an interview, and he had kind of hinted that you guys had already gotten your first artist. Yeah.
Shout out Jay Million from Long Beach, artist, producer, crazy. He did a lot of joints on the 6 tape too.
He produced them?
Yeah, he did like 5 joints on there, I want to say.
Yeah, so he makes music. Is he a rapper, singer?
Yeah.
Makes beats. It's kind of like you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, a better version.
A better version of you. That's saying a lot. Can he make the artwork though? Can he design the merch?
He'll get into it for sure.
Okay.
He be making some artwork.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I feel like you guys have a great brand, and I just feel like the way you guys think about the music industry is very it's just forward thinking, and a lot of people can learn a lot if they just pay attention to what you guys are doing.
Man, that's a compliment for sure. We try to be intentional. We try to follow the blueprint.
You guys are writing your own blueprint for real.
That part too. You know, we can't.
You guys really, I mean, not for nothing. You guys really, if you followed the blueprint, you would have probably signed with Atlantic or something, and then in 5 years been complaining on Instagram about your deal.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of went the
you bet on yourself, bro.
Way. Yeah,
and it worked. Yeah, I feel like the way, because Vic was breaking down just the whole Red Bull situation, the way you guys went into those meetings. I was like,
that was a good ass interview too. I seen that shit.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
All right.
Has he gotten you in any trouble with the IRS yet?
Nah, we on top of that. We on top of that for sure.
When it comes to your sound, I feel like you have your sound, right? Signature Blxst sound. Is there any evolving that? Did you get in any sort of uncomfortable creative spaces on this project where maybe you took a little bit more risk when it comes to maybe some of the tempos or some of the things you did.
Yeah, I think that's only right, especially, you know, when people feel like they predict my sound or know how I'm going to come. I'm going to always go left, but I'm going to still keep my roots, what people know me for, but I'm going to always experiment, try different shit, because I'm a fan of music before just being an artist, so I want to try different shit anyway. I don't want to box myself in.
What was it like getting with Zakari? Because I think Zakari's one of those guys who's very, he's like I feel like he doesn't really sound like anybody. You know, he's very much unique, super talented. Shit, when I heard him on Kendrick's Love, I legit thought, like, I thought it was a lady on there.
Fact. Shout out Zakari, but nah, that's speaking to one of them unorthodox approaches that I'm talking about, like just linking up with artists like that. Somebody would never expect me to do a song with Zakari, and that shit came out fire.
Super fire.
Yeah.
You're kind of turning into the new hook guy. I feel like most projects of notoriety, for the most part, recently have had you on a song.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it. Like,
yeah,
I feel like, you know, you've been shit with Raw, shit with Nas. Like, working with Nas had to be crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Come on now. That's a legend. And he a Virgo like me, so.
Were you in the studio with Nas?
Yeah, well, I did the first initial session with Hit Boy, and then when they wanted me to come back in, add some more to it, Nas was up in there with me.
How was that?
It was crazy. He was just like, "You want some Hennessy?" I don't even drink Hennessy, but I did that day.
He does that. He voices the Hennessy commercials. You got to drink Henny with Nas.
Yeah.
You'll be watching NBA on TNT, and Nas's voice is talking about Hennessy.
That's crazy. That's like not smoking with Snoop, huh?
Exactly. Do you smoke?
I don't smoke.
Would you smoke with Snoop though?
I wouldn't. I'll be the highest ever. I can't do that. I'll be paranoid.
Have you got to get in the studio with Snoop?
We didn't work together in the studio, but I definitely pulled up on him at the compound, played him some music.
I feel like smoking with Snoop is.
You ever smoke with Snoop?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that a good idea or a bad idea?
It was a good idea. Yeah. I would say the only person that I haven't smoked with that I would love to smoke with is probably like Redman and Method Man, and Currency would be dope, and like Willie Nelson.
What about
Seth Rogen?
Be Real? Is that
Be Real? I haven't smoked with. I smoked with Wiz. Smoked with Snoop.
Yeah.
Tons of other guys, but yeah, I think Be Real would be a movie. Shout out to Be Real. You know, he does those interviews in the car.
Exactly.
Have you done one of those?
Hell no. I would
smoke
never
box?
do that shit. I would never.
You don't even have to smoke. You just are. By the time you get out, you're
my career
fucked.
would be over. They'll be like, Blxst over there tripping. No, I couldn't hang with Be Real.
Did you decide not to smoke because of a bad experience?
Absolutely.
What happened?
I was like 13 in the backyard with my stepbrother and my cousin. First time ever smoking, so they like, hit it harder, hit it harder. I'm like, first time smoking.
Oh.
I was sitting on the stairs. Next thing you know, I had an outer body experience. Like, I really seen my body like behind me, bro. So I was like, I'm never doing this again. I went to school high the next day, junior high school.
You were still high the next day?
I was still high. I had to skip school that day, like check out.
Oh, you like went to the nurse?
I went to first period and I was stuck in my chair. Like,
did you ever used to go to the nurse when you were just bored and be like, man, I'm gonna go take a nap?
Nah, I wasn't that smart as a kid. I wish I was that in tune.
Yo, the nurse knew me. I'd be like, man, Spanish class, fuck this. I'm going to the nurse, man. I'm gonna go get a nap in real quick. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Did your parents find out you were high?
You know, I never told them that story.
Damn.
They gonna see this interview. They gonna be like, oh, that's why you was
just don't. We won't rat your cousins out.
Nah, yeah.
First time I smoked, I was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Was it a good experience?
It was just. It was painful. I just remember it hurt when I smoked at first. Like I hit this. It was a joint. Yeah. And I just remember it like burned my throat. I don't think I got high. I just think I was like in pain. I was like, this sucks.
When you was 8, the weed was probably trash though back then. So.
It definitely had to be trash. Yeah. And it was my parents, in retrospect, let me do a lot of shit as a kid that I'm like, y'all just let me go over to the neighbor's crib who was like 17 and like kick it, and I was 8. Like, that's kind of weird, but you know, yeah, I got high.
Yeah, I feel like when you're a kid, you do way more reckless shit that you never would even think about doing when you're an adult. I remember walking in certain neighborhoods that I would never walk in.
Or just like walking in, like I'm a father now, and I think of the shit my parents would let me do.
Exactly.
And I'm like, my son would never be on the bus.
Exactly. That alone.
On the red line, going
train,
just to go hang out at the mall with his homies to steal, which was I was doing. So, yeah, it's like crazy. Like, because I feel like when we were growing up, parents low key, they had a lot more shit to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. No cameras. It was just World War II out there.
No, there was no Uber.
No, nothing.
Like you just gotta
cell phones.
You gotta figure it out. You want to go hang out with your homies? Go figure it out. This is to go figure out these bus routes.
Right.
Did you ride the bus a lot as a kid?
We used to take the train for fun. The Blue Line. We used to take it from Florence all the way to Long Beach and just ride it back. For fun.
Great for people watching.
Yeah.
It could be also shaky.
Yeah.
You get on the wrong fucking wild, especially man. Recently, Jesus. Yeah. Did you see what happened in? There was that shooting at the subway in New York. That shit was crazy.
Recently.
Yeah, the guy he dropped a smoke bomb on the train and smoked everyone out and then shot like 5 people. I'm like, fuck.
That's crazy.
16 people got injured.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah.
That's wicked. Damn.
The guy's got like a YouTube channel with a bunch of crazy videos. Like it's wild.
Wait,
and then
he vlogged the whole thing?
No. But he just like his manifestos, I guess. And then the next day he was just hanging out at like the deli, like the whole city wasn't looking for him. Like he wasn't all over fucking CNN. I'm like, bro, it's hot out here for you. You might want to, I don't know, bust a biscuit or something. But anyway, we got to stop the interview real quick, man. Shout out to our sponsors at Blue Chew. The good thing about Blue Chew, not only does it make that dick fucking, you know what I mean? Get that thing swinging like it never swung before. But what I love about Blue Chew is it's all online, man. You know, usually when you want to go and get some of that, some of that good, some of that Blue Chew, maybe some Viagra. First of all, it's got the same exact active ingredients as Viagra and as Cialis, but you don't have to go into the doctor's office to get it, all right? All you got to do is go to bluechew.com. You have an online consultation, and then they discreetly send it to you. And it's also discreet billing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Let me tell you something. Maybe you got a first date. You want to make sure you blow the back out that thing. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Pop that Blue Chew. It's a chewable form. Some people don't like swallowing pills. Ladies are going to love to swallow you, though, once you're on that Blue Chew. I'll tell you that much, bud. For sure. So what you got to do is go to bluechew.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you're going to get a month supply of Blue Chew for free. All right? You're going to thank me later for this. On this album, you just dropped the track list. Let's run through some of these features. Obviously, we talked about Zakari. Who else is on the project?
We got Aaron Ray on there.
Who's been fire.
Crazy.
For a very long time.
That's my go-to airplane playlist. He dropped a project called Platinum Fire.
You know, it's crazy because I feel like he's been around a long time and somehow has still been kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But he's fire.
Underrated as fuck. And super talented. He produces well. Shout out Aaron Ray. Then I got Rick Ross on there.
Oh.
Yeah. And I got my boy Grandmaster Vic, but he just playing the piano, the violin.
Your manager?
Nah.
That
Not Vic.
I was saying, is this AKA? He's Grandmaster Vic and Vic the Ruler? How many 80s rappers is he going to jack?
Hey, that'll be hard. A manager that's a violin player.
That'd be crazy.
That's crazy.
Y'all motherfuckers, all you guys are like utility knives. The whole Eagle crew could do anything. You guys are designing T-shirts, setting up all kinds of shit. So
real.
You guys have a crazy squad. Very efficient squad, I would say. One of the more like, I feel like, everyone has like I guess like you said earlier, you guys move with intent and everything is very
strategic
on purpose. If that kind of makes sense. Rick Ross. You guys obviously caught a vibe.
Yeah.
This is your second record with him? Or is it more?
My second record with him, yeah.
Now, did this come from the same session as the previous record, or is this something separate?
I had that record before I even did his record.
Okay.
And I was sitting on it for a minute, and I'm like, as soon as I did, I was like, damn, I'm going to get Rick Ross on here. Then his team had reached out for a writing camp in Miami. I landed a hook on his project. I'm like, I'm going to take that, do that. And he hopped on it. It was love.
Did you get to spend any time with him?
Nah, I didn't. It was too many people around. We was in the same setting, but
it was just a lot.
It was a lot going on.
Did you happen to go to any of the game sessions recently at Chalice? That was a lot of people.
I was supposed to pull up.
It was a very...
a That was a little moment, huh? Like that week span, or it was like
2
weeks.
weeks.
Huh?
Every time I went, it was like a fucking nightclub.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is what my wife thinks studio sessions are like.
Oh God.
I'm like 99% of studio sessions are literally the opposite.
Boring as hell.
But I'm like, if my wife came here, she'd be like, oh, this is what you be doing at the studio.
Okay.
All kinds of IG bitches and just, it was a lot going on in there. What's your studio vibe like? Is it low key? If like, is everyone in there kind of got to have a?
Well, you know, I record at home a lot, so I'll be in
on the Focusrite still. Or what are we doing? What's your interface at home?
Oh yeah, I got the same shit, bro.
Is it Focusrite?
Same simple setup. It's a Scarlett though, actually.
The Scarlett Focusrite, yeah.
Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah,
That's
the red one.
Yep. Simple setup.
Are you telling me?
I did Chosen on that. I mixed Chosen. It's on the radio.
I want everyone to know you have no fucking excuse because a Focusrite Scarlett is $200, $250.
Sure, yeah.
Depending on how many inputs you got.
Yeah.
Would you got the 2 or the 4?
I got the 2.
Bro, that's
two.
That's $250 maybe.
Yeah.
At Guitar Center right now. What's the mic? What's the at-home mic?
I got a Rode mic. I had this Rode mic for like 6 years.
You have a Rode mic?
Yeah.
Is it just straight into the Focusrite, or do you have like a cloud lifter or anything?
Nah,
or
straight into the Focusrite. I gotta update my system, man, but it's working for me.
And you're recording. You recorded Chosen on that mic?
Yeah.
You didn't re-record it or anything?
Nah. Yep.
This is amazing. Can we shout out the Rode mic specifically? Do you know the model number?
The model. It's like an N something. I forgot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's impressive.
Thank you, bro.
Because most people, they usually have like one of these, you know, the Shores with the cloud lifter, but that's impressive.
Yeah, we raw dogging it.
Are you mixing and mastering stuff, or do you send do you have someone to do that for you? I know you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mix. I also have my boy mix too. His name is Lance. He did most of the 6 tape, but it was like half and half for Before You Go.
When you get into the big studio and you get on like a Sony C800 or something like that, or U87, do you notice the difference?
For sure. The vocals just feel way thicker, fuller. They pick up every frequency. Like it's just a total difference.
But you're still like raw dogging it at the crib.
But I'd rather like be in my bag than have a great sounding.
Well, you know that you're well off now. Things are going decent,
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
You know, you could do you could get just a slight upgrade.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, I love it though, because most people, they got an excuse. Well,
you gotta stay hungry though. That's my little way to stay hungry. Like,
and people got an excuse for everything. Oh man, I can't afford this. Then I'm like, man, listen, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Go to Guitar Center, make it work.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
How hands-on are you still with like designing the merch, artwork? You know, everything I'm sure has to pass your eye test before it comes out.
So yeah, that's how the system is set up now. We got a graphic designer on EVGLE. Shout out Vashawn. But for the most part, I just give him my ideas, pass on my ideas, and let him rock out. Then I yes or no the situation. I'm too busy now.
You're too busy to like open a Photoshop session.
But I still do it. Like when I have downtime, I'll probably make a cover art for a random single or something.
That's so dope. For the most
part, I leave it to him now. Yeah.
How is the merch doing? Because it's fire. I love the merch.
Merch is lovely.
And the actual T-shirt. I have a shirt I bought with the big white eagle, the No Love Lost.
Oh yeah.
It never shrinks. It's fucking my go-to. Like, I don't want to look fat today shirt because it fits me perfectly.
I like that.
I could throw that bitch on, and I'm like, this shit. You know, I wear XL, but sometimes the XLs be, fitting me like a schmedium after they get washed and dried. Not that shirt.
Come on, I got a free Bootleg Kev commercial right here at EVGLE.
Go get you one of those shirts, man. It's the quality of the cotton. All right, quality of the cotton. What's your favorite song on the album?
My favorite song, it's a song I got called Still on My Way. Just really speaking on the journey, enjoying the process, the success, sharing certain moments with my team. And it still got that Blxst bop that I know people love me for.
When people say that, well, you've said it, but I've never heard a whack Blxst record, right? Were there ever any you had to delete off the internet from back in the day? Because you've been doing things. You've been making music.
I'm not finna lie to you now.
You've been making music a long time.
Yeah. I think everybody would be lying if they say they can go delete something, but for sure I took something down. A lot of YouTube videos. If you can find something, I'm gonna shoot you.
You also whoa. Relax. A lot, it's funny because I'll be talking to so many random people and they'll be like, "Oh, I got a Blxst hook from like 3 years ago. I just been waiting to put it out." And I'll be like, "Hey, yeah, good luck with that." You know,
not coming out, buddy.
How many does that happen often? Because you've been active in the scene for a very long time. Yeah. Like, obviously on the production side, I'm sure tons of people have old shit from you.
I did so much in the past. I forgot certain things.
Does stuff come out sometimes, like hit the DSPs without you guys even clearing it, and you guys got to take? I
send it right to Carl. Take him down. Take that down.
Carl Cherry?
Not Carl Folks.
Oh, okay. Who's
That's
that?
my attorney.
Okay, your attorney's the one, huh?
Yeah, but he's in EVGLE too. So.
Oh.
We got an elite squad over here. Come to EVGLE Records.
EVGLE Records has the in-house attorney, Carl.
Shout out Carl Folks.
So that shit happens a lot because it's so crazy that there's no if you just have a TuneCore account, like you could upload anything,
right? And
it might, if people aren't paying attention.
But DistroKid, I think they got a system now to where you gotta approve. Like if it's a certain name you type in the
DistroKid
database,
don't play.
They don't play.
I'm not sure TuneCore is as thorough.
Oh yeah.
But DistroKid don't play.
Sure.
Do you still have stuff on DistroKid?
I do. Got a crazy little back catalog that's, lovely.
Was the first project
on No Love Lost?
No, well that was on Red Bull.
Six Tape
was Six Tape on DistroKid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Beautiful.
I feel like if everybody could figure out what they do with just being able to assign points to people, like I feel like they're like how is DistroKid the only fucking distributor that like allows you to like sign up for an account and I'll give you your points. You would think everyone has that, but they really it's like a DistroKid thing. It's like it makes things
there's probably some other shit out there. We probably just it's not marketed to the
quite possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love their back end. When it comes to like LA, I guess just music in general, I feel like seeing you and Ty work together was important because I know Ty, another guy who's an absolute alien when it comes to just being talented and doing everything, playing instruments, singing, writing, producing, all of it. But also, for about 10 years straight, the go-to hook man in music, what's y'all's relationship, and did he kind of give you any game in terms, because you're that guy right now, you know what I'm saying?
Man, shout out Ty, that's big bro. I treat him like the sensei, you know what I'm saying? I'm the student. I like to look at it in that aspect, but yeah, I mean, he didn't tell me nothing personal. He just give me, a little motivation to keep going, you doing your shit. But I just be watching everything, You ain't got to tell me nothing. You give me the opportunity, I'm gonna run with it, yeah.
How important was because I feel like Mozzie was pretty early in terms of just like
facts,
being one of the guys who really kind of co-signed you.
Yeah.
And I feel like you guys have a great. He told me you're on his debut Interscope album with CMG. That's what he said. I said, "Is Blxst on the album?" He said, "Yeah, of course."
We got a couple joints in the cut, so I wouldn't be surprised.
He said that you're going to be on all of his albums for the rest of his career.
Hey, forever in favor, forever in my favor. That's what I told him.
He's like, nah, for the rest of my career, I'm going to have one with Blxst on every album. I was like, well, that sounds good. You guys should just do a fucking EP together at this point.
Man, that don't sound too far-fetched. I always say I wouldn't do no collab project other than Bino and Mozzie.
Those would be the two, right?
Yeah.
Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our partners at Odd Socks. Watch this. I bet you I got Odd Socks on right fucking now. Oh, yeah. You see them bad boys? These are what we call the Odd Socks basics, the ankles. The ankle socks, all right? Go to oddsocksofficial.com right now. Put the website up. The promo code's Bootleg Kev. You're going to save 20% off at checkout. They got so many crazy-ass socks. We got Twizzlers, fucking Halloween. These are kind of satanic. It just says demon. They were like, let's just do a generic demon sock. I mean, this is kind of like I guess like if you were in the 80s in Miami doing cocaine off of a stripper's asshole. Jaws, Pepsi. I mean, listen, Breaking Bad, Nickelodeon, we can keep going. But what's most important is Odd Socks is our family. Look, if you support Odd Socks, you support the Bootleg Kev podcast. So go to Bootleg Kev. Well, you can go to bootlegkev.com and just check it out. But you could also go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BootlegKev and save 20% off at checkout. Do that shit right now. All right, let's get into the interview that we've already been inside of, but we're going to get back to it right now. You know what happened with the Beano project? Because I probably know what happened, but for people, because you had there was records on that album that to me should have been like worked harder. But I also understand that at the time you got Chosen going crazy. You guys are each on different labels. There's different labels involved. It's one of those. But damn, there was some joints on that album.
Facts.
Man.
I mean, I couldn't speak on it. You know, he got his. Like you said, he got his situation. I got my situation.
Because who was really in charge? Was it Def Jam that kind of handled like working the
682?
Yeah.
I think that was through Red Bull.
That fucking project had, man, that shit was a one of them ones, as you would say.
No pun intended.
After this album comes out, what's the rest of your year looking like? I know that there's a lot of markets you didn't hit on tour.
Yep. That's what it is. I'm on the road and on the road, bro. As soon as summer hit, I might not be back in LA for
festival stuff or just like your own shit.
I got like 3 tours coming up. I haven't announced anything yet, but
are you going to be going out with any other bigger artists or quote unquote bigger?
I might have some support, but for the most part, I'm doing my own tour.
That's fire.
Yeah.
What is the? Have you already locked in the opening acts?
Nah.
Not yet.
Looking though.
Maybe your artists you just shouted out?
I got a couple people that, you know, I've been looking at. That's pretty fire.
Okay. What about, I feel like you have to have a crazy output of music that we don't hear because you're so talented in terms like you're at home recording yourself. So I know that like there's a bunch of music that's just sitting on a hard drive, but just like output wise, like where are you trying to be at the rest of the year? Is it the album, and then are we just gonna kind of work the album until next year? Or
that's a good question. I think I planted a lot of seeds that people haven't even seen yet this year that's coming up. So I don't know. I think I might have to take a little step back and let people appreciate me, but I'm gonna see what this project do. If they want more, I'm gonna listen to the people for sure.
You and Russ, we talked about you. You guys working together. The first time we ever did an interview, which was at the beginning of the pandemic, almost.
Yeah.
Both you guys kind of being in that same vein of like fully vertical artists, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Was there any other records that you guys?
We got a couple other joints. He just be sending me random shit sometimes. So
he's like another guy who's like,
he's a guy,
output is crazy. Like if he puts out a song every week, motherfuckers don't even be paying attention. Like
Russ,
they pay attention, but I'm saying like he really like legitimately right now is dropping a record. It feels like every week.
Man, and they untouchable though.
And they're crazy. Yeah, and then he'll catch like the Handsomer record that's fucking out of here.
I'm starting to pick up on his method.
I think what he did, everyone's gonna steal the idea. I'm already noticing people stealing the idea of what he did with that song by putting the open verse up on TikTok. Exactly. And then
everyone. Did you hear that girl verse on I think it was Handsomer.
Caitlyn Raps, the white girl?
Yeah,
but she's dope. She's coming on the show. My wife's been following her for like a year and a half on TikTok. She's been telling me about her. But a lot of artists are going to start to do that because I've already noticed people doing that. Like, yo, hop on the duet on TikTok, and if the winner gets to be on the actual song, just
add more life to the song.
Especially if you're independent, like
run it up. Yeah.
How are you pretty tapped in with TikTok? It's a lot going on TikTok, right?
I'm still trying to learn the whole little system.
It's a lot of work, bro.
Yeah, it is.
TikTok is a fucking art form.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a little.
I can keep up.
So Are you like active on there, or do you just have people posting for you?
Yeah, I'm not active on there. I don't even have people posting. We've been trying to come up with some different strategies, but I like to do shit that feel natural.
It doesn't feel like, a TikTok to me doesn't feel like your platform.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like real low key. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, TikTok is it's a lot, man. Even me, we use it, but like I'm still frustrated with that shit because I'm like, bro, this shit is the shit that works on TikTok really sometimes just behooves me. I'm very.
I think like a platform like this is good for like with the shorts you do. If you throw that on TikTok,
we've been doing that. Well, not as much as we should, huh, Cook? Okay, Cook.
Put my boy on the spot.
Hey, the Vic one went crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah. So Vic, your manager Vic came on our podcast. We should have him come in here and clarify what he meant.
Yeah.
Yo, get Vic in here.
Clarify
because he's been getting. Yo, Vic.
You got to give us some context though.
How do you write off jewelry? Give us help us understand that because
so like this right here, like one, gold is an investment. It's a mineral.
True.
So it can go up in value and it has universal trade value.
True.
So in the simplest term, it's like the government is like if you're gonna invest in an asset, whether it's property or whether it's jewelry, then you can write that off because you're basically saying this is a future investment for me to be able to do something with it. And as far as the pendant, it has my actual brand on there. I'm an owner of the company. I'm on the paperwork. So I'm able to say this is a costume fee or promotional fee for my company and just be able to write it off at the end of the year rather than me spending upfront cash. So let's say technically my tax bill at the end of the year was $30,000. If I spend $15,000 on this chain, I only got to pay $15,000 of that back to the government. And the other $15,000 goes down as a write-off through jewelry, costume expense, all that.
All right, so listen, we had I asked him if he's gotten you in trouble with the IRS yet. So what the fuck? Explain your jewelry, because you said that you didn't get to go all the way in explaining how to write off jewelry to the IRS. Tax season just passed. Well, we're in it right now. Give us the full explanation. How does one write off jewelry?
Okay, so one, I made a mistake last time. I called it a mineral. It's a metal. So like gold and silver is a precious metal. So like the same way the IRS looks at property, whatever it may be, like it's all classifications for everything, right? So with anything, obviously, if you got a diamond bust down gold chain, gold is no longer a value in the same way, right? Gold has to be like a whole object, round. I know you always see like coins on the internet and stuff like that.
Brick.
Like, brick,
right.
Coins, just like they classify it as a round or flat metal, pretty much. So that's one. Two, it's like buying or selling anything of value, like an asset, like a house. So if you buy, they have what's called an FMV. I'm gonna actually pull that up so I can read that to you, but because I don't know that by heart. But FMV is a fair market value, and you pretty much subtract the price of what it was originally purchased by
to the fair market value.
Yeah. So
and then is that the amount you can write off?
So yeah. So you take the amount. So let's say if you sell it or if you receive it, either way, right? You take the value of what it currently is versus the value of what it was bought for, and that difference is what you pretty much can write off when you buy.
But the gold, once you put diamonds in it, it doesn't. It
decreases in value because you got holes in it, and they're gonna have to. Yeah, it's just
so you got to have like, because I know people who literally like buy like silver. The silver bars,
like
the
that.
bars of silver, bars of gold, and they'll just put them in their safe.
Yeah. It's considered an investment by the IRS. So like the IRS is not like people be saying like, oh, the IRS.
So like your chain, right?
Yeah,
the actual chain.
Yeah, it's just solid gold.
It's a solid gold.
Yep.
So that's okay.
I wrote that off.
There it is.
Yeah. So Blxst
is. He's fucked.
No, not really. No.
It's a lot of diamonds on all his shit.
Then you got other ways, right? So as an artist, you have people that'll be like, I have costume fees, right? And you have costume fees. You can buy jewelry with your costume fees for a music video, an appearance, whatever that may be. And within that costume fee, if you purchasing jewelry under that purchase, then you can write that off because obviously you're writing that off in your taxes, saying that that's just a business expense.
It's a part of your or a marketing expense because it's your label.
Exactly. So it's different though, because if I write off gold, that's like registered as a piece of property to me once I appraise it. So then when I turn in my gold, if I sell the gold, I can get that tax deduction if I sell it, right? him, he can't get the sale part. You feel me? He can write off the purchase part, but not the reselling of it. Does that make
Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick. Tell us about, I'm going to tell you about our partners at MyBookie, man. Make sure you go to mybookie.ag right now. It's gambling season. NBA playoffs are about to start. What are we doing? You can still get your futures in on the MVP vote as well. You can bet on everything at MyBookie, man. So look, what you got to do is go to mybookie.com right now. Just go to MyBookie, use the promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up for a new account. This is important. When you sign up for a new account, use that promo code BOOTLEG, and they will give you a deposit match, free money, up to $1,000. So if you sign up and you put $200 in, they're going to give you another $200 to bet with. 1,000, they're going to give you another 1,000 to bet with. Let's go for the Suns all the way. Just throw all your money on the Phoenix Suns, all right? And then bet that the Warriors won't make it out of the first fucking round because Jokic is going to fucking pound them in their ass. Probably great odds on that one. Anyway, mybookie.ag, MyBookie, just fucking Google the shit. MyBookie, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and they will match your deposit free money up to $1,000. Okay, since we have Vic, the CPA in the building, I know that there's a way to write off your cars, at least the depreciation, right?
I mean, well, so you can't.
Well, real quick, let me finish what I was gonna say. Secondary, isn't there a certain weight that a car has to be for you to write off the purchase as like it being a work vehicle?
I never heard the weight, to be honest with you.
Someone told me that's why everyone buys G-Wagons, because they're heavier.
Nah, because you could buy a Tesla for a business car, and that shit is not nearly as heavy as.
But I feel like I someone had just explained it to me, a really rich guy. Like he said that because he had a Ferrari, and the license plate is his business name, and he has his business name on the Ferrari. He said he's only allowed to write off the depreciation, whatever that is.
So he owns a Ferrari.
He owns a Ferrari.
But that's why though.
But he was saying if I bought an Escalade, it's like after a certain amount of he can, if he buys it in his business's name, so he can write it off as a work vehicle.
But the only thing is that you can't write off a finance loan. You can't do that. You can only write off a lease. So that's why he can only do, what did he say he could do? He can only write off the depreciation because he owns the vehicle. So now if I got a line of credit and I went to BMW and was like, let me get a BMW X6 and I get it under my line of credit under EVGLE, then that means that it's an automatic 100% tax deductible because it's a lease through the business. And my name is not on it personally. The company's name is on it.
What's we got the two big dogs, the EVGLE right here. What is in the future of EVGLE? Obviously, the tours. He just told me that he's not announcing the tours yet, but they're coming. Yeah. The album's finally here. But as a company, he just told me about the new artists. I think you had mentioned him before. How many artists are you guys trying to sign? Is it going to be like we're going to just work one at a time, develop, or are you guys always scouting for talent? Like, what's next for EVGLE?
I mean, honestly, I think that we kind of treating it just the same way we treating Blxst's career. It's kind of like as we examine every step, rather than taking an elevator, you don't really get to see the floors when you're on the elevator. It just tell you what number you at. When we on these stairs, we get to examine every stair, and then we kind of react based off of what's kind of given to us. So right now we kind of like in a cause and effect space at this moment. We not like, we got to like pinpoint these 10 artists. More so like, okay, we're going to go with the flow and actually what works and what's mutually beneficial for the company and the artist.
What about you, Blxst? What's like something you're looking for in an artist when it comes to like putting your arm around them? You know what I mean? Because I feel like not a lot of people are built like you, and they sure the fuck don't got your work ethic or your talk about, longevity. You've been doing this for so long, you stayed down until it really worked out. A lot of people aren't built like that. So
yeah, that's definitely what I look for. Like multi-talented, like Jay Million, he know how to play every instrument damn near, and he write, produce, record himself. So shit like that is what I'm inspired by. So if I'm not inspired by you, then I wouldn't even want to work with you in the first place.
I feel like too, it's important that artists also kind of self-manage themselves a bit, right, Vic? Because it's like you don't want to have to like hold someone's hand through every aspect of life.
100%. I was just telling him yesterday, like, I'm very spoiled in my business practice at this point because we don't got to outsource that much. And a lot of stuff that Blxst needs to take care of, if there is something that pops up like last minute, whether it be a graphic, whether it be screen graphics in the back for tour, he can kind of look to it. Not even kind of. He can look to himself to complete it if it's something that needs to be done last minute. You know what I mean? Even down to recording himself and making sure that we got fast turnaround coming back to different artists, whether it be the Nas's or the Rick Ross's. People just coming in, tapping in for different features. It's easier just in communication and efficiency.
Blxst, what has been the feature you've done in the last year and a half or so that like you kind of had to pinch yourself and be like, this is fucking crazy. I'm on a song with blank, or this person is a fan of mine, or
Snoop Dogg.
the
Off
Snoop.
top.
Yeah.
That's a legend, you know? So to work with him was just insane. That's my sister's favorite artist. So even just being around him is like, damn.
You say that's your sister's favorite artist?
Sister's favorite artist, hands
Well,
down.
Doggy Style changed my life. That's the one album that literally changed my life.
Pause.
Yeah.
Sorry, though.
Yeah, well, Doggy Style. Well, I do have a son as well, so it changed my life there as well.
I feel you.
Yo, you guys got to pick Snoop's brain about all this money he's getting, because god damn, did you see he said that Back on Death Row album made $21 million in 2 days on the metaverse.
Wow.
But then he broke down the numbers it made on Spotify, and he was like nothing. He was like, it was like,
You said 21 million?
yeah.
In the metaverse.
That's insane. Oh, in the metaverse.
So that's why he took all of Death Row's catalog off of DSPs. Right. You can't go listen to The Chronic right now.
Damn, for real?
You cannot go listen to The Chronic on Doggy Style, nothing.
It's a power move, though.
Didn't Jay-Z do that with Tidal?
Yeah.
A bit, yeah. He was like, yo, like, and he broke down the math, like,
And then Beyonce shit.
because even like, I think he said he did like 8 million streams or something on that album, like after the Super Bowl, right? Like, I don't quote me on that, but we know what 8 million streams is. What is that? That's like 4,000 times 8, right? Like, but on the metaverse, he made 21 million off the same body of work. It's fucking crazy.
Don't add up. Yeah.
Snoop's playing.
We actually were sitting in a room with Snoop when he bought that piece of land in the metaverse.
Really?
He was taking his meeting for that. Like, he was like, hold on, I gotta take this crypto meeting real quick. Gotta talk about this shit. Just in the middle was playing in the song.
Tapped in too. That's the crazy.
His son is?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because all these people are spending like hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to be Snoop's neighbor in that world.
Right.
Yes, bro.
I'm still very like, I don't get that shit at all. I get crypto, like coins and like currencies. I get it, you know, but the NFT or the like buying virtual land shit, it's above my head at this point. But
It's pretty much like real financial sims.
it's kind of like, it's like 2K kind of. It's like VC. Like you got your guy on 2K who's got like fucking the Kobe's on and the custom jersey, but it's like, it's just
Shit is
not on
crazy.
2K.
No, I feel you. It is kind of wild.
Have you guys done anything in the metaverse, or are you guys even interested?
Interesting, yeah. I mean, I think we always looking to like.
It feels like a predatory environment right now.
It's a little wild. I just think it's not that many regulations and all that stuff.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
it.
Like, I feel like you guys might fuck around and hook up with the wrong guys, not even knowing they're the wrong guys, and then end up like Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of smoke in the air.
A lot of smoke in the air. You got to clear the smoke. See who's real, who's doing good business.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. Did you see that?
Nah, what happened to him?
They're like, he got charged with some shit. One of those, what do they call them when the pull rug scams on. So he got paid to promote like a NFT.
Oh, and they took all the money out after he did it.
Yeah, and he's an NBA player who just signed a $180 million contract. Like,
Right.
bro,
Yeah.
who's your financial advisor? You're rich already. You won.
Yeah.
He don't even got to play in the playoffs every year. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the biggest thing on our side though. Right now, like we still are understanding how to manage money properly. Not saying that we doing crazy stuff, but it's just a lot of business techniques that we just now finding out. I.e., just now getting a business manager in this past calendar year. So learning that type of stuff versus trying to take on new financial obligation. I feel like we got to master how we actually in the physical right now, whether that be property consumption, venture capitalism, all that type of stuff, and then we can move into the virtual world.
Blxst, have you, what's the most ignorant purchase you've made?
Most ignorant purchase.
Or outlandish, we'll say. I want to use the word ignorant.
Too crazy. I bought my sister a car.
What kind of car?
It was like, damn, you want to know my sister car?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
It's a Jeep.
Well, shout out to a Jeep.
Yeah.
I forget which rapper bought their sister a car, and it was like just like a Honda, and everyone was giving up shit. And I was like, well, that's a nice car, and it's paid off.
Brand new. No bills.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, man.
So you haven't like splurged on something?
I ain't went too crazy. Maybe after this album, I might go a little crazy to celebrate. But
Yeah, sometimes, even now I'll buy some shit, and I've been doing a lot better in life the last 4 or 5 years. But I just bought a house, and that shit,
Congratulations.
yeah, that shit like definitely wiped me out kind of nice,
yeah,
So for about 2 or 3 days, I had that like feeling. You remember when we were young and you go fuck off like all the money you saved on like a pair of kicks or something, and then you get home from the mall and you be like, shit.
damn, I know that feeling.
That's the first time in a long time I had that feeling, was buying this fucking house in Burbank. But I got a house. So the album is officially out. Go run the album up. Hopefully we're gonna be obviously new merch is gonna be coming out. The tour is gonna be coming. When's your guys' first art? Like when's the artist you've been telling us about? When's he dropping his?
We cooking. We ain't got no set date right now. But
Okay,
we
just
still
cooking up.
Yeah,
I'm assuming there's a lot more blast hooks coming.
absolutely. And I got a record on Kalani album dropping next week too. So
Shout out to Kaylani.
yeah, we going crazy.
Hey, was that a in-person session or?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But we linked up at the video shoot when we shot the video.
She's a vibe.
She dope.
Super vibe. Anybody else that you're working with at all? Maybe some sessions you've been in recently that we might,
I have to find out. It's gonna be a crazy.
The way he's looking up right now. He's like,
Gonna be a crazy year for
you
sure.
have no idea this weekend Post Malone joint album is gonna be crazy. The biggest shit ever.
That's funny.
Oh man, well there it is, man. I appreciate you pulling up, Blxst, always. The album is out. Go run it up. You could choose to listen to this guy's financial advice.
Hey, Google it.
Google is your friend.
Exactly.
Vic the Ruler. Shout out to Eagle, man. Perfect.